So the way you need to attend, it's the same for irrespective of the chapter, and try to maintain this irrespective of the subject. If you have a representation wherever theory, you write it in this way, this holds good. Yeah, how? So whenever there is a case based question asked, practical based question, first thing to keep in mind, whenever you are writing answer, any answer, first thing to keep in mind, always present your answer. So presentation, first one, it has to be point wise. No paragraphs. Do not write from top to bottom in paragraphs. Not at all worth, and no one reads it. Yes. So whenever it is a elongated answer you are writing, always split it and write it into points. Next one, underline. Very important. If you know that this is the word which is trying to convey the answer, underline the point. Because as per the statistics, the people who scored at least 8 to 10 marks extra are the people who underlined their marks. So your answer, the marks boosts up by 8 to 10 marks if you just underline the questions. Answer. Yes. So this makes hell lot of difference. Third one, do not scratch in your book. If it is a minor change, sir, minor change, you would have written and twice. Do not scratch once. It is okay. Leave it off. Do not scratch it. If it is a minute mistake, do not scratch. If you have to scratch, if it's a major word, turnover you have written wrong, how do you scratch? Yeah? Making sense? Why? There is always a scope for marks for your presentation as well. Yes, if you present your paper really good, there is a scope of marks for presentation. So a 2-3 marks will be allotted for your presentation also. Yeah. So that also keep in mind. Do not scratch whatever you feel. Sir, no time, sir. No. Yeah. So make sure you are following a pattern. Yes. Next one. How to present your answer. Whenever it is a case based question, practical. Yeah. First point, so you have to split your question into 3 or 4 paragraphs as the case may be. I'll show you how. The first paragraph shall be provision of law. So the first paragraph will be provision of law. The next paragraph will be facts in the question. Yes. If at all there is a landmark judgment, your third paragraph comes. If there is no landmark judgment, sir, nothing. Yeah. If there is a landmark judgment or you know a case law, write with reference to. Yes. The last paragraph will be your conclusion. All your case based questions should come and fall in the same format. Yes. So assume if the question is something related to private company, can the company transfer the shares in a private company? Now my answer goes in this way. Provision of law. As per section 2 subsection 68 of Companies Act 2013, private company is a company which by its articles restricts the transfer of share. Next one, limits the number of members to 200. Third one, it will prohibit the members, and there is a joint and all, forget. Based on the weightage, try to include those things. If at all no, try to make a simple point. If it is a 6 marker, you can write the entire section 2 subsection 68 definition. That will go and sit in your provision of law. Facts of the question. In the given question, it says that the company is restricting or prohibiting. What is the word used? Prohibited, what we said? The question says that the company wants to prohibit the transfer of shares of a private company. So you are trying to explain what is being asked in the second paragraph. Facts of the case. Try to write 2 to 3 points. If at all there is any. 1 point, write 1 point only. Getting the point? Yeah. So facts in the question. So that is how you write. You are trying to say that in the given question, it says that the company is trying to prohibit the share. Yeah. And the last one, conclusion. With regards to the above given provision, the company will be restricted from transfer of share but not prohibited. Hence, a company cannot prohibit the share transfer in between the members. So the conclusion will be your judgment. They will be asking you a question. Is it possible? Yes or no? All that yes or no will come and sit in the last paragraph. Do not start your answer straight away with yes. You do it, sir. I will take care of the consequences. No. Yeah. Do not be a judge in a question paper. Do not start your question itself with yes or no. Company cannot restrict the transfer of share. That should not be your interpretation. Getting the point? So this is how you have to bifurcate your answer. Trust me, makes lot of difference. You can write this provision of law right after that only. It is okay. You can write the heading also. No one stops you. Write it. It's okay. Yeah. So you can follow this. If there is a landmark judgment, assume if there is the Turkey rule, or we saw any other case, ultra vires transaction, Ashbury, Ritchie and all. If there is ultra vires, so state provision of law, the provision with regards to ultra vires transaction as per Companies Act 2013. Yeah. So if there is a straight away provision, you can write it off. Write off the provision. If you are not able to remember the section. Getting the point? Say for example, prohibition of auditor services. That will be your provision of law. Yeah. Reporting of fraud, provision of law. The question is regarding that reporting of fraud as per section. If you can able to remember 143 subsection 12, try to write. If not, leave it off. AGM, they will ask you what is the time limit to hold. As per section 96, AGM shall be as per section 96 of Companies Act 2013. AGM shall be conducted after 9 months or 6 months as the case may be. First or subsequent AGM after the conclusion of the financial year. In the given case, what is the scenario? Facts of the case. The company held its AGM. Write the date. And what are they trying to tell? Write that. In the conclusion, seeing into the above provisions, this is what is the conclusion. Yeah. So in the third paragraph, try to explain this is what is happening and conclude it. Getting the point? Everyone? So this is how you need to present your answer. Makes lot of difference. Yes? Yeah? Anyone who has already given an attempt? No one? Check with them. If they have said that, sir, I have tried to write everything, but still I was not able to score, all those people sit in this category. They do not know to present the answer. Can you see that question 1A? Harry Limited is company registered in Thailand. It has no place of business established in India. It is doing online business through telemarketing in India, having its main server for online business outside India. State the status of the company under the provisions of Companies Act 2013. What is it? It's a foreign company. Yeah, we will do section 2 subsection section 2. I'll tell you what are the other definitions. We have missed something, so we will do that. Yeah, so that is the question. They are telling that this company do not have a place of business in India, but they are doing online business. Yeah, I should have asked you directly there only. That's a very important. Can you see? According to section 2, subsection 42 of Companies Act, provision of law. First paragraph is provision. Foreign company means any company or body incorporated outside India, which has a place of business in India, conducts any business. So first place they are defining what is a provision. What is it given in the act? Yes. Next one. Looking to the above description, it can be said that being involved in telemarketing in India, having its main server for online business outside India, Harry will be treated as a foreign company. Conclusion. Yes. In the second paragraph in between, you can say that what are the facts. So in the given case, Harry Limited is having the place of business in India through online servers. That is the fact. Yes. And it is doing telemarketing services in India, though it does not have a physical presence in India. Yeah. Conclusion. Looking at the view of above scenarios and provision, you have to use the names in the answer. That is a major point all the students miss. What? Conclusion. You will write it from the law perspective. You have to write it from the case perspective. You have to use the names. Harry Limited will be or shall be treated as foreign company. Use the names. Yeah. Again, one more important thing. Whenever there is a case-based question, try to take the name into your answer. That has to be inculcated. Yes. Can you see anything? As per section 141(3), and if it's a very small answer, 2 mark, 3 mark, 1 mark, do not write all 3 paragraphs. So if it is a 1 marker and all, you cannot write provision of law, section defining, facts of the case, you will be losing marks because you cannot complete your paper. So go with the flow. 4 and above or 5, you can go with this pattern. 1 marker, 2 marker, you can straight away write off because even they know. Yes, that is how you have to write.